Everybody, welcome back to some more Thea The Awakening. We just spent 15 minutes futzing with my audio because I don't have self-control and can't not bang my elbows on the table constantly, and it's loud and sounds awful. So now that I tortured everybody who's live right now with watching me do that for 15 minutes, let's play some Thea The Awakening. This is our first time playing it with the new monitor at a bigger resolution. This one's 1440. Rather than 1080, which is pretty nice. Right, so we were in the middle of gathering. Right, we're getting more dragon leather and some more spider silk. Oh, and for everybody mostly on YouTube, it'll look a little higher quality than usual. It's just it's a better resolution, not only for my monitor, but the stream is up in a higher resolution now as well. Off to bed to stay on longer for the view. I appreciate that, Katasumi. Hope you sleep well. Okay, so our expedition. We finally have a second warrior. We've got Roll Fizzlebeef and Katasumi, which is awesome. I believe we just lost somebody recently. I believe one of our gatherers died, which is why we have no gatherer right now for our expedition, which really sucks. We want another gatherer with them. How close are we to getting... first of all, uncheck that. How close are we to getting more dragon leather? 1 turn, sweet. And we are 1 turn spider silk as well, sweet. Okay, and we just got a new person, new villager. A random gatherer joined. Holy shit, that was lucky. Right as you said higher quality, my stream auto switched to 144p. Saifon, you need to get the fuck out of India, apparently. Actually, Saifon, what is Indian internet like? I would assume it depends on where you live in India, because it's such a big fucking place. And I'd imagine some parts of India have some pretty shit internet, because so much of the country is so rural. I don't know if you died, Saifon. Oh no, you didn't die. You're right here. You're in the Gatherer group. The Gatherer group is usually pretty safe. They stick it close to the city. Okay. Yeah, we're still getting spider silk every turn with them, which is awesome. There are a bunch of things we're not even building right now. Who's the person who's doing nothing? Is it just the new gatherer? Yeah. They'll just get veggies until I pick them up. I'll probably pick them up in, what is it? I'll pick up the new gatherer and bring them into the new group. Or sorry, the main expedition. But we need to name them after someone. Oxide. There we go. Because I don't think you've been in the game yet. So nitrous oxide is our new gatherer. We don't have the best gathering tools for you in the world, but we'll give you what we can. It's great if you live in a city. I think the best I've seen is 100 megabit upload rate. You know what? That's not bad. That's pretty modern internet. That's good. You can get that around here in Canada. And I live in like the most industrialized part of Canada. So what are the research priorities? You're new to the game. So we're fairly far into the research. Generally, the first thing you want to do is you look at your surroundings and get something that'll get you a lot of research points. A common early pick is spider silk, because just making spider silk robes gets you a lot of research for an easy to gather thing that's pretty common. So if you see spider silk near home, that's a good one. If you see wicker near home, get wicker and start making gathering tools with it. That's another easy one. But we're a bit in, so we're already making like dragon leather. Dragon leather is something you want to rush the fuck out of because it's so damn good. So we make dragon leather medium armor. Easily some of the best armor in the game. We're making mithril two-handed swords soon. We already have some iron ones, I believe, but we have mithril. I believe it's up here somewhere? Where was the mithril that we found? Does anyone remember? Oh god, I wish there was an easier way to search for this. How blind am I? I can't see this mithril. There are just so many fucking icons. Is it somewhere that we haven't even explored yet? Yeah, it is. It's right here. So our mithril is just very far south of our town. Okay. All right, we'll hit up there. That's kind of our next goal for our main expedition, is to make it over there. Speaking of, this expedition's 3 turns on dragon leather. Okay. And our resources back home, we made our mithril sword, which is awesome, but we don't have enough mithril for other things, so, shields. I believe we did need another shield. And what is our gear like here? Need a better sword on Katasumi, but they both have great armor, great shields, and we just made that sword back home we can go pick up. We already have the awesome armor on the entire expedition, and most of them have really good swords as well, except for Hannah Corporeal, which I don't believe, yeah, they don't have the carry weight for particularly amazing sword. Actually, you know what, they might, just considering our steel greatswords weigh surprisingly little. But I'd probably rather just give them a one-handed sword and a shield. First time you've watched this? Probably should watch the playlist first. No, it's okay. You might have some fun watching it live like this, but if you're trying to learn the game alongside, I'd recommend you start from the beginning. +4 gathering tool, we'll just give that to... Oh, right, you can't carry it because of the weight capacity. We will give that to our gatherer when we go back home, which I think we're going to just do now. All right. And we'll get a little bit more spider silk before we come back with the gatherer group. Okay. Pick up a little bit more wood. Drop off. Always keep some herbs on you with your outing party. We actually have a greatsword with us. Why aren't we using that right now? Was there a reason why we didn't decide on that? Oh, the greatsword. Right. The greatsword was dropped by the person who died. That's right. Okay. That's why we weren't already using it. God, it sucks that we had a death. Okay, we want to bring the new person on, which was nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide, you can go ahead and get the better gathering tools. Also, we're going to move over some of that armor so nitrous oxide is better armored up. There we go. Do we have any decent swords to bring over? Do we have any of those shields pre-made? We don't. Could have just a passable shield moved over. There we go. That'll do for now. Not the best gear in the world, but it's a gatherer. Doesn't have a whole lot of strength. Just want to make sure that they don't go getting wounded. Don't you hate when you accidentally hit auto-resolve and the whole group dies? No, auto-resolve is way more powerful in this game than actually doing the challenges. You can get away with ridiculous bullshit in this game with auto-resolve by using anything with the leech power, which is basically the tactic to winning. I've had playthroughs where in less than 3 hours of playing, I was at the point where I was able to auto-resolve like difficulty 8 fights, where it's gone beyond the 5 skulls and it goes into the orange shit, and I could auto-resolve them when obviously they would kick my ass if I actually did the challenge, just because I have enough stuff with the leech stat. It's really ridiculous. How's the average viewer count been going? Don't you need 75 to get Twitch partnership? Yeah, I need to maintain 75 average over 30 days to get Twitch partnership. We did that big month pushing for it. Didn't end up working out though. We kind of hovered around like 60 most of the time. We'd have some streams that would go to like 100 and most of them would hover around 50. So, you know. So we're just kind of relaxing and doing our own thing now. It's not a big deal if I don't end up getting the partnership for a while. It's just a shame because I'd love to get it, because then I would stream at a way higher bitrate for you guys because you would always have transcoding options. But you know, I don't want to exclude people who don't have very good internet. So until that happens, that I'm a partner, I will only sometimes have transcoding options. So I'm just going to stream at a lower bitrate for you. Right, Bison. Bison gets spooked. You have a little time to act. Yeah. Our hunting skill with the main group is actually not that good, so I'll just run. You've lost the challenge, and nothing occurred. That's fine. The t-shirt under my elbow just fell. Oh, I actually did get into a fight. Is this them attacking my other group and the game just decided not to show me? Because I think that's what it is. Auto-resolve, because it'll go better. There we go.
You see the skies darken and the air getting heavy. The wind picks up and thunder strikes. Strangely, this seems to happen only around you, as you see clear skies up ahead.
Yeah, we are not worshippers of Purin, so this is not going to go great. I will go around the storm.
You try to step aside carefully, but you soon realize this is not a natural
Hey,
storm.
Show.
You see several winged creatures charging you from the skies.
Okay, this is one of those iffy ones. I think I'll win.
You are defeated,
Nope.
and the village chase you off their lands.
Oh, it happened to my gatherer group. No wonder I didn't win. Okay, there was no chance of winning that either way. I came out with less wounds for having done it that way. If I had done it manually, all of them would come out with lethal wounds. Okay, so we could lose 3 gatherers in the gatherer group, which would be really bad, because they don't have a medic with them. Would they be able to reach home? No. I was gonna see if they could reach home and break for camp. Because then I could bring the medic from town in and increase their chance of survival. Chances are at least one person is gonna die in the group, but there's nothing I can do about that now. If memory serves, the other thing I could do could also get us killed. So, yeah, nothing we can do. Oh, Herbalist Hut, did they have a healing thing? The problem is, they can heal wounds, I believe. However, they have a challenge with it, and this group is shit at everything but gathering. They would not have succeeded the challenge. And that would have just meant they probably couldn't break camp the same day and would guarantee someone dies. So, it's shit, but still safer to do this. Alright, I really hate traveling in the dead of night like this when I'm not worshipping the night god, but, what can you do? We don't really need any of that, actually. Alright, we're likely going to have some deaths on our gatherer team, which really sucks.
Wounds don't always
only
have a
one
chance
death.
to heal.
Alright, Zone Destroyed died. That's not a huge deal. It's only 1 death. It would have been pretty bad if more died. I really wish it would just tell me what group before I auto-resolve. Okay, that's fine. When auto-resolve is always a better option than manual, means someone failed to make the game right. That is true. No, the thing is, it's not that it's always a better decision. It's always a better decision if you use this one set of items. It's the leech thing. The auto-resolve overestimates how good leech is. Leech is a good ability, but it's not, like, just the greatest thing in the universe, like the game seems to think it is. The auto-resolve is generally well made in that, it's generally like, if you could definitely win, auto-resolve will work. Otherwise, it's a bit of a dice roll. However, if you have lots of gear with leech on it, it just assumes you would win stuff that you'd get slaughtered in normally. Which is the unbalanced, ridiculous part of it. Alright, I want more dragon leather, so we're gonna go and try get more dragon leather with the gatherer group. Again, the gatherers are a little bit expendable. We're kind of expecting them to get their ass kicked sometimes. I'd love to have them be escorted by a hunter, which hopefully we'll get a decent one at some point.
You stumble across some ruins of an old city, engulfed in mist and mystery. One of many buildings you tirelessly...
Alright, we've had that one before, and this is a really garbage item we just got. But we're next to the mithril. And luckily the mithril is actually on top of some wood as well. So we can also gather wood while we're here if we need to keep the campfire going. Because remember, when you're burning wood, you're gathering faster than you would if you weren't. So every 2 turns we'll get some mithril. That's actually a really good rate considering that's not our main gathering group. We're also on top of a mountain, which is nice because I believe that gives us a little extra vision when the sun rises. I could be misremembering though. I really don't like walking mostly blind like this.
You fall through the ground into a dark and stale tunnel. The fall was rough, but it is possible to make your way back up.
This is probably the one where it's poison mushrooms. I'm just going to climb back up.
You fail to make it
and
up,
fail.
And you venture deeper and deeper into the tunnel until you reach a crossroads.
Okay, if left seems like the way out, I just want to go out. I don't want to actually do a challenge with them.
You feel a slight draft from the left tunnel, and so you believe this one will lead you out. To the right, however, you hear a faint breathing of something big. This could be interesting or deadly.
Probably a dragon. Go left.
You turn left and travel for some time until you reach a small chamber. Beyond it, you can see a doorway leading upwards. As you walk towards the door, you are met by an old dwarf who must have been hiding here. His skin is very pale, his eyes white, and his whole body seems crouched, as if weighed down by something very heavy.
Now, it's funny, I don't think I've ever actually had this event, even though I've played tons of this game.
He looks longingly at the doors, then turns to you.
I was charged with guarding these tunnels. It is the last honor left to me. I cannot let anyone leave.
Why?
These tunnels were once the gateway to our home. During the darkness, the gates have been shut forever to defend against the evils outside. And yet, honor does not permit leaving these halls unprotected. No one in, no one out.
What are the rules to get put in the game? Oh, I just, whenever I get a new, character in the game, I just rename them after the first name I see in the chat who I don't think I've named yet. I fell in here by accident. Surely I'm not part of your plan.
You fell through. The shame. These walls were meant to last forever.
Okay, I'll try and convince him, but again, this is our gatherer group. They pretty much just fail every challenge. It sucks, but it's kind of what they're there for. They're not there for winning challenges. They're there to get dragon leather and spider silk for us. Alright, just try and out-talk him.
And so you see, Master Dwarf.
Fuck,
you
they
must
did
fix your
it!
Tunnels and then keep your watch. But we're just gonna leave you to it. The dwarf nods and hurries off into the tunnel.
We actually
He
got
throws
really
you a
good
bag
shit.
And shouts,
Thank you, kind travelers. Take my gift and leave.
Alright, we actually got really good stuff for that. That was insanely lucky, and yeah, break camp there and just heal for a turn. Alright, keep getting mithril. Everybody leveled up. Gather group, some health, some strength, which is really good, because that's going to be physical challenges, which are common, and carry capacity, which is really important. How does one just find dragon leather laying around? They're like dead dragons, you just skin them. Speech skill. Tons of health on the expedition, and medic skill. Medic skill is so fucking important. And back home, strength, which I really don't need at home. Other than savvy, because she's our warrior. Speech, perception, intelligence. Okay, I'm pretty happy with those level ups, actually. Do I... you know what? I will get a little bit of dragon leather. I was considering just going straight back and dropping off the little bit of mithril and the mostly silver that we got. One turn, okay.
You are ambushed by a shadow giant and his minions. You feel a gust of cold air as they approach, and you know they are filled with the darkness. The giant whispers, his voice ringing in your ears like an ice pick.
Give me your souls.
Alright, this one fucking sucks. So... Fuck, I remember this one. This is one of the kind of bullshit ones, because we are not strong enough to reliably win this. Again, we have a better chance with auto-resolve than anything, but really we need a third warrior for this. We can either sacrifice one random party member and get away, and that sucks. I really don't want to do that, because we'll likely lose one of our warriors or a medic. Really, the only thing I'd want to lose here is I wouldn't mind losing one of my craftsmen I have with the team, just for intelligence training, because I can always get one from back home. I'd rather stand and fight, because even if I lose that, I'm pretty sure it'd just be people come out wounded, and we have a good enough medic that there's a reasonable chance that no one would die. There's also a chance that, like, just everyone would die, but we'll see. I'm gonna fight him, so, normally it's like 1 to 5 skulls. To go above that is orange, so this is 7 skull challenge, which is by far the highest we've ever had. So, it's a fight.
You defeat the shadow
We
giant
won!
and its minions of darkness.
Wow, and all we came out with is our main warrior's injured, but not enough to be mortally wounded, so she'll make a full recovery easily. That is how bullshit good leech gear is on auto-resolve. Okay, out of the loot we got mediocre, lame, lame, pretty good, really good. And we got a lot of experience, a little bit of science. No serious wounds. Yeah, Royal Fizzlebeef is not into the lower 30% of her health, and so she will just heal every turn. There's no chance of death. Oh my god, I'm a badass. That's a Royal Fizzlebeef. See, everybody, this is why you beeline things like dragon leather, which we were so lucky as to have right next to our base, and also right there. Dragon leather is really, really ridiculous. It is unfairly good, and we just got another citizen. Someone must have... Alright, we got another craftsman. I really don't need more craftsmen that badly, so I think I'll just have them cook. Alright, right, we ran out of steel. What do I want you working on right now? We do need actually a couple more dragon shell armors. That's what gets us leech. It also has tons of armor on it, which is great. And it weighs next to nothing, so even our squishier targets can wear it. It is easily some of the best armor in the game, if not just the best. In terms of, like, weight per performance, it's the best. Dragon leather, sweet. Mithril, sweet. We get those in groups of 5. We can 2-turn some more of it. Yeah, Denjanot is the one-man blacksmith squad. He takes care of all the heavy blacksmithing. Really, you only need one guy with really high crafting.
The whole land is shaken with tremors.
This is a common
Groans
event.
and thudding footsteps are heard throughout.
The only shit thing is there's a chance that everyone gets hurt just a tiny bit, for sure. And if that happens to roll Fizzle Beef, it might be enough to give him serious wounds, and that would suck. Hey, Cat. Hey there, man. Finally got to a stream. Feeling a tad bit better today. I'm happy you're feeling better today. That's good. Were you sick? I don't remember hearing that you weren't feeling well. Sorry if I don't remember. I feel bad about that. I'm trying to remember shit like that. Why am I, a gatherer, having higher crafting than gathering? If you're at home, it might be because of the bonus of us having a smithy, because that applies a bonus to everybody in the village.
Many people get bruised and thrown about.
Okay, a bunch of people are hurt.
Minerals.
No severe wounds, though. That's fine. We're actually only 2 research away from getting another research point. And we had just gotten mithril. We already have shields, we already have 2-handed swords. So nothing's immediately like, oh, I need this right now. So I think I want to go back into getting new buildings. I wouldn't mind an herbalist hut. Here's the thing, there are a lot of buildings I'd really like right now. A watchtower itself is not amazing, although it's pretty useful if we build a really good one, because it just makes our village see farther at all times, and it makes it a lot safer for our gatherers knowing what monsters are out there and when to leave home. Random events could still kick your ass, but, you know, seeing the monsters is still nice. Whereas, it leads into really good stuff, though, like the barracks is right here. The barracks would mean that all warriors growing in our village... My shirt I'm using as an elbow pad keeps falling off the table. It'll mean that whenever we have a person grow up and we make them a warrior, they start with way higher stats. That's amazing. It also means our people defending the village will have higher combat stats, which is obviously useful. We can also get into, I believe right here is where, it's either here or here, is the archery range, which will allow us to train up hunters, which is really good. The archery range is also really good for attracting beasts and other sorts of things, because it has a lot of high requirements for large quantities of resources, which is good for bringing in non-human companions, which tend to be very good. So I'm gonna go for the watchtower next, as much as I'd like some of this stuff as well. Honestly, all the buildings, almost all the buildings in the game are very, very good. I want to get more mithril before I come home, because it is a long trip. Sure, it's going your chest, not your elbow. Oh shit, you're right. Thanks, nitrous oxide. Alright. We can just keep running the clock. We got another person, nice. We got a scavenger. So scavenger is the worst class in the game. I mean, they've got decent... They usually have passable gathering skill. Alright. I apologize, whoever's going in now. This is Rashiano? Is that how you pronounce that? I hope I'm getting your name right. But you're in the game now. I'm sorry you're kind of the shit class, but at least you're in the game. I just gave you a badass sword. You got a leech sword, look at that. High shielding, high damage, leech skill. You got a really nice sword. And do we have any dragon armor to give you right now? No. I'll give you some gathering tools to help you out with that. And a silk tunic? You know what, you can wear heavy armor than that. There you go. I don't want to put anything amazing on you since you're not exactly a fighter, but there you go. You forgot the new crafter. No, I just haven't come back home to pick him up yet. Plot twist, Scavenger turns out to be the best class. Well, I mean, if you got really lucky on the level ups, it's not impossible to turn out to be good as a Scavenger. It's just Scavengers usually start with pretty mediocre stats overall. You can't name them before you do that? Name them before I do what? Oh my god, we got another character! Holy shit, we're just getting them non-stop. And we got another warrior. We fucking needed that. We need more warriors. I've actually never seen this character model before. This one, I think I've already done the Invisible Dragon, haven't I? Dallin Show. We haven't done you yet. There we go. You're in. You are a warrior. Let's get rid of that terrible equipment, give you something better. As a warrior, you can two-hand a one-handed, or you can one-hand a two-handed weapon. So we're giving you the great sword in your main hand, because that's a proper weapon. And we made one of those good shields, right? Yeah, give you one of those awesome shields. That's got some leech on it as well. And I really want to get you... There we go, that dragon shell got completed. So give you the dragon shell, you've already got amazing armor. Give you a little bit of gathering tools, just so you can help out with that. Wouldn't mind some backstab. Perception. We don't have much to go for, so just lots of backstab, bit of perception, really solid armor, lots of leech skill. You're only level 3, and you've actually got very little health for a warrior. Only 9, which sucks. I hope you get some level ups on health. You know me, rejection. Keep in mind, everybody, you're on like a 6-second delay or so. I think grand total we have like 4 warriors. We have one that we always leave at the village, which is Savage. She's the guardian of the chat. And for now, Dallin, we're just gonna have you helping cooking until we can pick you up in the main group. You're gonna be joining the main expedition group because they need more muscle. Okay, and let's go ahead and boom, watchtower. Okay. How do we want to build this watchtower? What do we have to build this out of? So there are a lot of good things we can make here. If we just look at the absolute base thing here, just completely out of the shittest wood, increases your vision by 1 from your village. That's terrible. Not worth a building slot in the village, considering you can only have so many buildings at one time. We can build out of clay, which already is 3 vision, which is much better, and attract beast level 1, which is not bad. Attract beast is good. We can use bone right here. Do we have 25 of any good quality bone? Because regular bone sucks. We have monster bone, which is way higher level of attract beast, although the vision's down a little bit. I actually wouldn't mind that. Can you upgrade buildings later on? No, but I could always destroy it and build a new one. We could bring a bunch of mithril back and use mithril as a secondary material. That would get us a lot of vision, but I don't believe mithril's attached to the attraction of anything. If I were to use steel or gold, we could get orcs and dwarves, which are both very good in combat. Unfortunately, we don't have the best materials for this. And the catalyst, we don't want anything good as the catalyst, because that doesn't actually make the building better, when it comes to a building at least. How do I want to run this? I'm just thinking. The attract beast is really good. If we did iron, that's not nearly as good, yeah. Clay is the best thing we could put there, probably. What about darkwood? We'd be losing even more vision doing that, because it's considered such a low quality thing. As much as I want 3 vision, adding an extra 3 on attract beast is really, really good. Now, if we were using using monster bone and clay, yeah, I think that's worth it. Yeah, the catalyst, we're just gonna use regular wood, Catalyst is, it increases the chance of having a high quality good if you're making an item. It doesn't do anything for buildings. That's what we're going to build it out of. Get Engine Node on it. He can do it in 7 turns. You know what? Get you on it as well. You can only shave 1 turn off of it, but we need the help. Is there a shot of your city? It's right here, but you don't actually physically see the buildings you build in it, unfortunately. Right now we have 2 pastures, 2 cabbage fields, and a smithy. Granite and vegetables, a lot of attract children to attract human. Attract children, attract human. The smithy is attract beast. We made it out of clay, a little bit of crafting bonus. Pasture, attract human because we did a lot of grain, which is good, and get food. And then this one's attract 2 human food. Not the best pasture in the world. I might want to replace that one with another one made out of grain because the grain's better for attract human. The picture of the tower looks terrifying. You wouldn't want to live near it? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's what it does is the birth rate of the village goes up essentially. I think we want to come home with this mithril now and start picking up the new group members.
You see fresh boar tracks. It looks like a large pack.
Fuck off. I'm not going to it because I don't think our hunting skill's very good. And these gatherers, do I want to keep you there for longer? God, that is an impressive shield. You know what? Come by and drop that off right away, because I do believe we're a little bit low on dragon leather right now.
You travel through the hills in search of resources, and you come across the remains of an old settlement.
This is a good one.
The houses are small, almost built into the hills themselves, and despite the decay brought by the darkness, many look well preserved. You realize, however, that you are not alone, as 2 tall orcs step in front of you with their weapons drawn. "Halt!" one shouts at you in a deep, heavy drumming voice.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. All right, don't do anything rash.
The 2 orcs speak together in a foreign tongue, which sounds a lot like whistling leaves on a windy day. You make out a few words like deal, mistress, and vault, but not much else. The orcs step aside, and an orcish female steps in. She is even taller, muscular, and holds her head up high as she speaks to you.
"We got here first, human, so don't get any ideas. But we may have a deal for you. We found something and it needs tools to open, and we have none. Give us your tools, and in exchange we will give you several weapons and some resources we found in this place. Deal?"
How about we work together?
The orc woman frowns, and her men take a few steps forward, but she raises her hand to stop them.
"Work together, you say? Why? We have never gotten anything but hatred and disdain from your kin. Why would we trust you?"
Now remember, we have huge social bonuses due to being of the sun god, so we're going to try a social challenge.
The conversation goes well, and so you end on a high note. So you see, we both have an image of our people in our heads. We think orcs are brutes who'll eat our children, and from the sounds of it, you think the very same of us. If we give you our tools, you may not find anything of use in the vault anyway. But if we work together, you keep your stuff and get half of what's in the vault. And we both learn that trust can be found in the strangest of places. The orc woman nods and smiles.
"Oh, fine. You have a silver tongue, human, but I like it. Let's get the vault open, and then perhaps we can even drink together."
All right.
Inside the vault, you find a supply of various wooden logs, some minerals, and a huge supply of dried, cured foodstuffs. You also find a small armory, but it is clear that whoever lived here treasured the food and resources more than anything else.
All right, shared as
You
promised.
share the spoils and sit by the fire with the orcs. There is an awkward distance between the groups, but it is certainly progress. The orcs get up to leave, but their leader turns to you once more.
"This was a trip to remember, and I would not like it to go to waste on account of our mutual hatred. I give you one of my men. Not a good one, mind you. He's a measly thing, but perhaps he can prove his worth amongst your people. But in return, one of yours will come to live with us. Perhaps this way we will learn about each other and rebuild our land differently from before."
She looks away, her face frozen in thought.
So if we accept we lose a random person, I don't want to risk that, but the warrior we get is really good. I'm instead of going to say, no, sorry, our people are our own, but may we live in friendship.
The woman nods in agreement and says no more.
There's a chance you'll get a worse orc who's an orc worker instead, who's still really good. But, you know, I don't want to risk losing a guy. So I'm fine with that result. And this event can happen over and over. So I'm happy with how that went. That went fine. Okay. You can go over here. And drop off all that. You have so much wood. And so many days of food as well. Alright, that's overkill, but there you go. Pick you up. And do we want to pick up another gatherer? No, I want to leave these ones at home. Do I? I think I'll leave one of them for the other group. Yeah, I'll leave one for the other group. You got an orc name after me, says Ogremar. As much as I'd love to name him Ogremar, because I get your reference.
A group of mischievous house demons called the Hurlix. They come in various sizes and shapes, they travel in groups, and they are often up to no good. But, unless provoked, usually they are not dangerous. One, looking like a child with big furry ears and a tail, speaks to you.
Will you play hide and seek with us? Will you?
As much as I'd like to name the orc Ogremar, because of the reference, it'd be unfair. I just name it after. I still name everybody after the first name I see in the chat. It's more fair that way. Alright, why not? Hide and seek.
Yay!
The Hurlix run around in excitement. You played well, but the Hurlix beat you silly. They were still happy with your efforts and give you a ball of twine. However, it turns out they poisoned your food, so some of you feel sick the next day.
Yeah, mild sickness. It's not a big deal. Weak enemy group. That's fine. Alright, we're almost home. There we go. That was an easy trip, and we got a lot of mithril out of it. So many things to drop off. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit more of the cooked food, though, because it doesn't weigh much. And we will take... oh, you have a Curse of Darkness? A bunch of them have curses. We'll need to get them uncursed. Who here has the best gathering? You two are tied. Do either of you use items to get that good of gathering? No. Who's better in other stats? You have a medic skill. You know what? You also have crafting. This person has less crafting, so they'd be less useful at home, probably. Yeah, I'll take Nemen. Alright. And what we want to do now... How'd they get cursed? They got cursed some earlier episode. Yeah, Denshin, you keep working on that. And we need to get the production of some of this fancy shit started. We need to get one of these awesome swords, the mithril swords, built. So two-handed, yeah. Now, if I were to do mithril dragon leather... Now, how different is this exactly? We're shaving off a lot of damage using that. And some perception shielding, but we're getting leech. You know what? They get enough leech from their other stuff. I think I want to do the mithril. It weighs almost the same. Yeah, we'll keep doing this then. Alright, get on forging our first one. Thanks for the 100 bits, Punchycat, by the way. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, everybody here who's also subscribed to me on YouTube, I don't know if they're rolling out by country or what, but the other day for me, you know the bell thing you can click on next to subscriptions? It started being not just an on and off toggle, but now it opens up its own sub menu where it's like always, occasional, or none notifications. I don't know if that just hit Canada, or if it's like randomly going out to people, or what's going on with that, but I just got that. I guess everybody go check to make sure you're on the setting you want. Yeah, for the dumb fucking bell. I hate the bell thing on YouTube too, but if you want to make sure you don't miss any notifications on my channel, click the bell and make sure you're on whatever one you want the most of those. There's an occasional one now, so maybe you prefer that, because it used to just be on or off, I think. So go click the bell and make sure you're on the setting that you want to be on, I guess. Okay, right, we want that third warrior as well, so we're getting the Dallin show on our team. And did we produce any of those swords? Yes, we do have one of these, so we'll move it over to the group. There's that awesome shield that I might need to consider. Okay, and look at the team. Does anyone have no gathering tools? Yeah, a few of us. Here we go, there you go. Roll Fizzle Beef. Yeah, you're upgrading your sword. Okay, you have the crappiest sword. Yeah, stick with that sword. And then you can have that better shield. Okay. This gear will have to do for now. It's pretty good. Could be a little better, but it's pretty good. They go through so much effort to make sure you don't want to watch the stuff on YouTube that you want to watch. I know, right? It's so fucking annoying. Does YouTube not understand the purpose of subscribing? That's kind of how I feel too. I thought that you subscribe to a channel, that's the mark that says, hey, I want to see more of this. YouTube doesn't seem to agree with me. So now you need to go through all these fucking hoops just to see the channel that you want to see. It's dumb. But whatever. I'm not in charge. All right, we're gonna go back to doing the main story quest now. Let's go hit up these cosmic trees. I don't remember which one we're supposed to visit right now. I think we're supposed to visit this one right now. But if it's not the one we're supposed to visit, then hey, we'll be in the neighborhood and we can get some more wicker while we're up there, because we do need more wicker. Because we're midway through that quest. It's been like a month since we did the first part of that quest, though. It's one of the win conditions of the game, though. We're gonna do it, but we're also gonna do the expansion story mode after. We're gonna lose this fight probably because it's our gatherer group, but if we were to, again, if you manually do combat and you were gonna lose anyway, you'll lose way fucking harder if you do the manual combat. Yeah, we came out with less wounds by auto-resolving. We lost. What the fuck? Red Dragon swarming of minions. Here's your roar. I have your gold. Oh. What the fuck? We got attacked and then a dragon attacked. I've never seen this before, and I almost wonder if that's a glitch. Yeah, just take the gold. I don't care. I honestly think that might have been a glitch. That event went off and just instant lost. Do not follow him, so not bend to his will. We lost some food, that's fine. And we got wounded! Oh my god, and we have no wood to burn because of that? That's not good. You can't heal if you have no wood to burn. Wow, we might lose some gatherers due to just awful, awful luck. Oh, that is just the shits. Alright, keep moving. Leave a beat. Actually, you know, we're probably tough enough to win that encounter now. Sorry, it says reflexively, you get that encounter a lot when you're not strong enough to do it.
Wounds don't always have a chance.
Eating all the mushrooms is dead. Fuck, that sucks. All right, start burning wood so you can heal now, but there's still chance of death right now. We got some level ups. Can we move some of this equipment around real quick? Four. Okay, just making sure that people still have good equipment on. It's a dark day indeed. And it's a dark night, actually. All right, challenge 1, just instant win. Thank you.
Wounds don't all.
Siphon's dead. Sorry, Siphon. The Gatherer group got really shafted on that one. But again, it's kind of what happens. Once we get that watchtower, we'll have better defenses from stuff like that, because we'll know when shit's coming better. But again, we're building a low-quality watchtower. It's only Vision 2, which won't help us that much. It's mostly for the Attract Beast. We can make another better watchtower on top of that later. A mithril watchtower. Which would honestly be a waste. Actually, if we were to get a ton of moonstone, I believe it is, we could make a really good Attract Human watchtower, but we'd need shitloads of it. And that's really far down this tree. That's this one. So 1, then 2, then 3. That sucks. All right, Cosmic Tree.
You arrive at a tall, stone-built tower. An arched doorway stands ajar, and an old man waves at you to come in.
All right, go in.
You walk into the lower floors of the tower. The room is dark and dingy. The walls are filled with bookshelves, barely holding under the weight of the thousands of works that you think must be housed here. There is a desk and some chairs, and the old man sits behind it.
Come in, come in. Sit and let us talk. I am Professor Anthony Hufka, formerly of the Grand University. These days, well, on research leave, I suppose.
Hello, we found this old scroll on a body. It talked about curing a darkness, or the darkness, and it had your tower marked on a map.
Ah, the Elven Scroll. Have you found the Guardian yet? He went to that Grove place, but I've never been able to find out what happened to him. His pesky student ran off with the scroll before I could write down the directions, and I don't like leaving this tower anyway.
Can you lose if you don't do the main quest fast enough? No, there's no time limit. Yes, we've talked. We're on quest to try and save Thea. I believe we have talked.
Right. And no doubt he spun you an eloquent tale of the menace that humanity brought upon Thea, yes? Well, he is a wise one, I will grant him that. But his version of history is, well, let's just say history is written by the victors. The elves have been the victors for many thousands of years, and thus they do write our history. I, however, believe it is time we wrote our own.
What do you mean?
Well, the elves will tell you that the cosmic tree is one of the pillars of the world. I won't go into it. They know it better. They are correct on that, but sometimes pillars must fall in order to build a new house, you know.
Still not making sense.
Right. I am an old man, too old for human existence. I forget myself. So it was us, humans, that burned that damned tree. Yes, we at the Grand University. We had a multinational conference and we came to a conclusion. Magic is stifling humanity.
What?
Listen to me. Magic and its prime stewards, the elves, they are keeping us from truly evolving, from reaching our own potential. We can finally be free from superstition, from dark magic, from monsters. We will build a civilization based on reason and knowledge. And yes, this will be costly. Magic will take with it many creatures, not all bad, but humanity will finally be free.
Life would suck so much more without magic. I'm gonna say you sound mad. How is this darkness good for us?
Yes, we did. That is because something went wrong, you see. The tree lingers on. Magic is growing again. The elves are cursed, but still alive. The plan did not work. So you must do whatever that elf tells you, but then find a way to finish the job. Do whatever you must to kill magic and destroy the tree for good.
Yeah, you're definitely mad. Why didn't you do it?
You will do what you will do, but I trust your brains will win over superstition. And I told you, I don't leave this tower. If I do, I am dead, and I rather like living.
What do you mean superstition? You can literally cast magic spells. Like, it's not fake. You can literally cast them in this world.
Bah, details. Whatever you do will not happen overnight, you know. It may take generations to fully take its course. I will live until that time and gather knowledge. Now go. No time to waste on an old man.
I have more questions.
You find yourself standing in an empty field. No tower, no man, nothing.
Yeah, how is this superstition when it literally exists? I know, right? He even admitted. Why are you trying to get me to burn down the tree to get rid of the superstition of magic if you think it's superstition? What the fuck are you talking about? Such a poorly written quest. It's part of the main story, too. That's the worst part. Okay, now I believe we just visit the actual cosmic tree. We can also start our divine quest. It gets us a lot of points towards leveling up our god, which is pretty nice. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's not the biggest rush in the world to do it, though. And the tower is done. So, Denjin, you get right back on making us those awesome swords. Alright, are you fully healed yet? Yeah, basically.
As you travel along the plains, you feel the air growing colder. Frost appears on plants, and you can see your breath. You see a small group of hooded travelers approaching.
Fuck, why does it have to be happening to the gathering group?
The group comes closer and stops.
Oh, this one.
One of the hooded figures steps up, but you see a young girl standing proudly behind him. You hear her speak.
Who are these peasants? Why do they stand in my way? Make them disappear now.
The girl turns and walks off a few meters, as if waiting her command to be carried out. The hooded man lets out a long sigh and speaks to you.
Her Majesty Princess Susanna wishes you to clear the way.
He then whispers,
Better just go before she takes any real notice of you.
Princess of what exactly? Are you insane? There hasn't been a kingdom in these parts for a century.
The hooded man winces, or at least it feels as if he did. But clearly the girl was not listening to you, so he continues speaking in a low voice.
Listen, you seem like good folks. You remind me of times before the darkness and before our fate. But you must understand, she is mad, always has been, infernal child, doomed for eternity for her pride and cruelty.
Before the darkness, how old are you people?
Her Royal Highness Susanna really was a princess and an only precious child to our royals. As such, she was spoilt rotten, but worse yet, people say she's been a changeling from the start. Learned men and wizards from all over came to test the child, and they all felt that her little heart was naught but an icy hole. But our royal couple refused to listen, believed that true love will cure her and make her human in the end. For a time, it seemed like it was true, but then Susanna grew older, and with every passing year, her cute tantrums became more cruel and intentional. She had servants whipped for looking at her wrong, page boys locked in birdhouses so they could grow wings for her amusement. You get the picture.
Hey, Dan. Yep, rich spoiled brat with terrible parents.
True enough, she was a brat and her parents allowed it, because they thought they must give her only love, no discipline. In truth, perhaps this was the tragedy of the prophecies. The royals were so scared of their changeling child, and they made her the way she was.
Alright, so how do you end up living for hundreds of years with her?
As I said, as a child, Susanna was spoilt and unruly, and as she grew, this turned to cruelty beyond mere folly. It was when she tortured and killed her nanny for failing to braid her hair right. All knew the child was evil. Yet her parents wanted to prove their love could conquer all. They ordered princes to come from all around, in hopes of their daughter finding true love. All she found were more victims. She played with two brothers, both smitten with her beauty. She asked them to bring her a fabled set of royal pearls residing in a mythical icy tower. When they failed, she drowned one of them. The other brother, a skilled wizard, thus cursed the princess, never to find peace or forgiveness for her cruelty. She had changed him into a black swan, then killed and served him for supper. On the dinner table, the swan spoke. Your kingdom will crumble, your power diminish, your heart remain ice forever. And you will seek your cursed pearls for eternity and never find them. All who sat at the table with the princess, her royal guards sworn never to leave her side, were cursed that night and turned to unliving wraiths.
Damn, and the king and queen still did nothing?
The royal couple had a miracle child that year, and the princess, now cursed, could no longer be heir to the throne. She was banished, and so were we. But the little wretch grew even madder than before. Her desire for the blasted royal pearls and the icy tower became an absolute obsession. She started saying great power awaits her in the tower, and that she will rule a kingdom once more. Bound to her for eternity, we have served her thusly, seeking the tower and its treasure to no avail.
Well, that's crap for you, I'll give you that.
The guard was about to answer, but Susanna cut him off.
I am bored now. I have graciously indulged your wagging tongue, servant, as it amuses me to allow you to think yourself knowledgeable, but my patience is growing thin. Luck has it that I am in need of peasants, and since you are stubborn enough to deny my rite of passage, perhaps you will be of use.
Pray tell what we can do for you, princess.
I detect a note of defiance in your voice, and I detest defiant peasants.
She stomps her feet and frowns.
You will do as I ask. Foolish simpletons, I am offering you wealth and power.
What? With your made-up tower and pearls?
Think what you will, but since my birth I have heard the calling of the tower, and I am finally close. Mere days away from my tower, but I may need the assistance of mortals to achieve my task. Do what you will. Here is a map. Come join me in the icy tower and gain wealth beyond measure. Or don't, and stay, peasants. It matters not to me. We are going now.
She gestures to her guards, and they start moving away.
Alright, let him go. That starts another side quest we can do, which, I've never seen a spawn immediately next to where I already am. Okay.
You follow the map given to you by the Princess Susanna. It seems at least the tower itself is no myth, as you stand before an endlessly tall structure made of pure ice that defies any laws of nature.
Doesn't look like ice to me, but whatever. Generic picture, let's go on in.
The tower stands ajar, and so you enter without any trouble. Inside, you see a stairwell that seems to go on forever. As you step on it, you feel the chill of the ice going through your bodies. The walk is long and monotonous, but finally, you arrive at the top of the tower, and you stand among the clouds.
Look for the princess.
You take a few steps forwards, and you see the princess sitting royally on an icy throne, her body frozen still and only her eyes moving. You hear her voice in your heads, angry, changed, more malevolent and inhuman than before.
So you have come. Will you gloat at my defeat, or will you take part in my glory and claim great treasures for your people?
Not exactly in a position to offer us stuff, are you?
This tower has always been a trap, waiting for me to arrive. He designed it so.
Only now you notice a large black swan sitting on a ledge up above the throne, frozen just as the princess. She continues.
But it was not a lie. You see the pearls I wear on my neck? They bring great power, but they also unlock a secret chamber, one filled with treasures.
And we're supposed to take your word for it.
In short, yes. You can either take a chance and show you're more than a scared peasant, or you can walk away safely like the cowards I thought you to be when we first met.
Someone should have taught you about diplomacy, you royal pain in the arse. So what's your plan? How do we get our treasure?
You see a wraith, one of the royal guards, appear before you. No, please don't do it. It took us so long to get here. Finally, she is trapped. Finally, she can do no more evil. If you help her, her power will be unleashed once more.
What?
She is evil, whether from birth or by her parents' neglect or a curse. Who knows and who cares? She is what she is. But she is still of noble blood, and we have sworn to keep her safe. This was always the plan, to get her here. Only the darkness came and made it hard for us to find it. Just leave this place, please.
Alright, let's go.
The princess's voice screeches in your head.
Shut up. Listen to me now. Strike down the black swan's head and burn it in a fire. This will release me. I will then open the vault for you.
Get out of our head, princess. We're leaving you to your fate. Perhaps you'll learn something sitting on your icy throne.
You leave the tower behind you, and you see a thick mist devour it in its white milky veil. You walk a few steps more and find a small bundle on the ground with a black swan's feather on it. Inside there are some precious gems, but also a book containing the story of the Ice Mountain and its small kingdom. From it, your people learn many useful skills.
Alright, we always get a set thing from it. Some people get some folklore and some intelligence, and you always get 20 topaz, 10 ruby. Just a really easy quest if that's the solution you want to go for. Also, you can see we always see farther around our village now. That's what the tower does. We'd be able to see a lot farther if we had built a better tower. Like, if we had built a really good tower, we could easily see over here, which would be nice. But we just need to go home, drop off the stuff from the people who died. Sucks that we lost them. But just gotta go back out for more resources again. It's what the gatherers are for. They're unfortunately a bit expendable. Alright, we gotta go to the cosmic tree. That was such a long turn. Three-star challenges really aren't a problem anymore in terms of fighting for a main party. God, I really wish I could see farther. Ooh, thought they were gonna attack the town. We'd be fine if they did, by the way. Took Morgan's revenge. Yeah, Morgan did die that one time. That was pretty bad. Alright, they're doomed. Yeah, I can't believe we even got hurt. Yeah. Dallin Show does need to heal. Dallin Show has extraordinarily low health. Did we just get a random... It didn't even tell us that we got a person. That or I missed it, but we just got another gatherer, which is good. We needed one. This one's going to be named... I don't think we have a conch donk yet. There we go. We need a conch donk out there, so our gatherer group will have to pick him up. What's the goal for this stream? To play the game. I'm not sure what you mean. Come across an old tower that's been abandoned for a while. Actually, we're good enough that we can consistently probably win this challenge now. Go and have a look. Alright, clever crafters, let them build us a sturdy way up. We lost. Okay. We got hurt a bit. Oh fuck, we actually got hurt more than I thought we would. Dallenshow might die. Fuck. Well, that sucks. I can't believe we lost a level 2 intelligence challenge. That's really easy. But you guys need to get this game. It does have multiplayer, although I haven't played the multiplayer before. It's cooperative as far as I'm aware. All right, we want a barracks. So let's get one on construction list. All right, barracks is awesome. In fact, we could use Moonstone in the second slot right off the bat, which would be pretty nice. Okay, let's figure out how we want to do this. If I use clay there... Now, if I did all clay, 1 attract bees plus 4 damage. That's not bad. Yeah, Dallenshow might not die, but he might die. It's if we have a really good medic. How do I want to set this up? Could use that Moonstone. Attract human on top of it. We have a lot of attract human stat. By goals, I mean things I'm aiming to accomplish before the stream ends. Nothing immediately jumps out, honestly. You know, I think I want to hold on to the Moonstone. We'll just do it completely out of clay for now. We'll probably make a better one later. It'll take a while to make this one, unfortunately. I wish we had more movement right now, because every time that we end our turn is when it does the dice roll on if people die, and we don't have the movement right now to break camp and get healing. God.
Another night falls over Thea.
Okay, this usually means no one died.
Of the damned seek out the living in envy and anger. You can almost feel the approaching wave of these infernal wraiths seeking to burden your souls. But this night, a welcomed guest is seen in the shadows. A Lapiduk, the spirit catcher. This bizarre-looking creature, resembling an overgrown toad with long claws, yellow warts, and a row of razor-sharp teeth, is actually a humble servant of Velez, in the old days tasked with the hunting of wayward souls and misbehaved wraiths, but now hopelessly overfed and ever busy with his task of devouring evil spirits.
Leave it to its task.
Thanks to the Lapiduk, your people sleep well this night, and one wakes with greater resolve.
Alright. Denjinoto always has higher social and hex skill, which is basically doesn't help us, but at least no one died that night. And we got one of our swords done. Do we have enough mithril? No, we don't have enough mithril to make another one yet. So you can work on some dragon shells. Thing is, I don't understand the game well enough to know how shit my character is. Your character's not horrifically shit or anything, mostly because we have good gear on you. All right, let's get that new person on your team. We have a decent thing on Conch Donk? Yeah, decent gathering tools, good. And I'd like to have you with passable armor. Really don't have anything good to give you. There. Really heavy armor. Give you that amazing shield we got. And just something one-handed. A one-handed sword would be nice. Really weighs too much? There you go. That'll have to do. Alright. The gatherers are going out again. Now we have one more dice roll on if Dallenshow dies. Camp. Get some food while you're here. He lives. He recovered from the lethal part of the wounds. He's still a little hurt, but it's nothing serious now. He's not on the chance. He doesn't have the chance of dying now. I've seen some multiplayer a long time ago. Everyone spawns their own village and groups in the same world. You can trade with each other, but that's about it. Events aren't shared, and they don't seem... and they aren't shared, and you don't see them. People just get a notification that someone is resolving an event while being unable to do something. That's a little lame. See you, Ben Togo. Hope you had fun. Alright, break camp. Let's just take out these skeletons. Just use tactics. We have decent tactics skill. Use 2 movement and then just camp again. Get a little wood while you're here. Alright, they're much better getting dragon leather with a 3rd person. Alright, we have tons of wood with this group now. Is everyone fully healed now? Almost. Dallin shows extremely slightly hurt. Alright. Social. We're good at that. Just scare the bandits. There we go. They gave us all their stuff, which is a lot of stuff. And we won the challenge.
You finally find what must have been the grove from the map, although there is little left but some stones and dirt here. And yet, among the rubble, stands a single tree, still green and thriving despite it all. When you approach, the tree opens its eyes and stares at you.
Hi.
Have you found my bastardly sibling yet? I see no remains on you. Come back when you've done what I asked.
The tree falls back into slumber.
Oh, okay. We already got the quest from him then. We need to go to his brother, which is going to be somewhere out in the fog. I wish I could zoom out farther than this, but you can't. It should be marked, though. Oh, this is brutal. I'm just going to go to place to see. Oh, no, it's up there. Okay. Place to see will end up being another quest, though. He wants to... Old man approaches your camp. Only the strong survive. Kill him. No, welcome him. Thank you, kind children. Be so nice as to share your food with me. Yeah, share our food. We have tons. Teach us folklore. And 2 of our gatherers permanently have more folklore skill. I would have really liked if that was on our exploration group, because they're more likely to run into challenges that require folklore. I don't know why Tad did it, but it restricted me at 495 Tads for the day. That's fine. It's a 5-cent difference. Okay, we got another gatherer. Sweet. This gatherer will be named... Name in the chat. Who hasn't been taken? Ben Togo got named after he already left. Oh. Hope he catches the rest of the recording on YouTube later. Alright, tactics. Wow, we lost and Katasumi got seriously wounded. Holy shit, that's rare. Wow, and we lost the fight? No, we won the challenge, but we got wounded during it. Wow, we came out of that with way more wounds than we should have. Holy shit. Wow, we have some real chance of death. Usually death is instant when you hit enter, if deaths happen. Man, that was insanely unlucky. Break for camp. How many severely wounded? 2. Okay. 2 people have a chance of death right now.
Wounds don't...
Katasumi died. That's shit. That was one of our warriors. Alright, the rest are healed enough. God, that sucks. We finally found a source of coal, which we wanted earlier, but it's so far from the village that I don't care. There's no way I'd travel all the way out here just for that. We'll get a little while we camp this turn. Man, that's lame. You know what? Take out the undead runes. This is an easy one. Yeah. I am really shocked we lost that tactics. one. Tactics is usually a really easy one. Alright, our barracks is done back home. Good. Oops. Denjin, get another gathering tool, maybe? No, just help with the dragon shells. And you guys start coming home with some more dragon leather. We're a long ways from home right now with our main group. Okay, that's just 2 people, a 3 and a 2 that are stacked. It's not as dangerous as it looks.
Slavers are a sadly common sight in Thea these days. Your scouts have spotted such a group in the area. Rescuing the slaves may be both noble and practical, but beware, if you lose, the slavers will likely not let you go free.
Yeah. Just letting us know they're roaming slavers. I could easily get some kids from them if I had my good group here, but I don't. So, staying away from them. Alright. Yeah, just go straight to the cosmic tree.
Once more, you witness a green grove, thriving despite any logic. It is small, barely more than a garden, but this one is full of life and beauty. There are fruit trees blooming with pink flowers. There is a sweet smell of tree sap in the air and a hum of bees working hard. The largest tree stands in the center and spreads its branches in a welcoming gesture to you.
Hi!
Welcome, friends. I see a frown upon your foreheads and a burden on your hearts. I smell the dark stench of my poor brother smeared all over you. What has he devised now? Did he ask for the lifeless carcasses of me and my flock so that he may regrow his twisted grove? And pray, what has he promised as your reward?
Yeah, Siphon, don't do over 500, just because it'll let you keep going over 500. But it won't actually tally, like, on Tad's end. It'll just be wasting your time. Alright, brother holds the answer to our quest. We seek to cure Thea of the darkness, restore order. Your brother holds a hostage that may help us do this.
That wretched traitor. Our mother tree was brutally butchered. He holds the key to her salvation, and yet he withholds it from those who can help. Bah! His madness has gone beyond my mercy. Alas, he is a strong demon. Old. Older than you can imagine, fleshling. So I propose a ruse. It is these 3 silver shards that he truly covets. Take some wood and these shards, and trick him into believing we are gone.
Considering we have high social skill, that won't be hard.
Well, I will not lie. Convincing him will not be an easy task. The only guarantee you have is to kill me and my kin. You are welcome to try, but I warn you I will not forfeit my flock, not even for the mother tree.
Alright, let's trick him.
Good. I had a feeling your hearts are in the right place. Here, have the shards and the wood, and since you chose not to kill us, I will use what little power I have to bless you. This way you will have a better chance to fool my brother. Farewell, fleshlings, and may the Mother Tree's blessing follow you wherever you go.
Sweet. Alright, and break for camp there. You know what, we don't need to gather any wood. Break for camp there, because we do have some minor wounds. And we want an archery range, because that means that whenever a kid grows up, they can automatically, we can choose for them to become a hunter, even if that's not the random thing that they're allowed to be. Now, if you use all monster bones, you can get a ridiculous bonus on this. You can get like an attract beast 10, which is the highest in the entire game if you use all monster bones. Do we have monster bones easily accessible near us? Again, I wish there was a better way for searching. That's regular bones, right? Yeah, monster bones are pure white. Oh, my eyes are glazing over trying to find them. Regular bones. Do I not have monster bones researched? I do not. Okay. I will not go that route then. Can always just do 40 like that. All right. Don't have the best stuff to build out of, honestly. Now, even a crap one is useful, but still. If we had a lot of wicker, we could use that and get passable quality. It'd be better if we had a decent kind of wood. If we had like 3 more dark wood. Do we have dark wood near home? Right, we do right there, but we've never gotten around to researching it, have we? Darkwood's not great, but it's better than nothing. It's one of those things. You know what? We'll figure out how we want to do that next time. We'll save and go back to the main screen here. Alright, I need to get working on some other stuff for next week that I'm very excited about. But thank you so much for coming to the stream live. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the description. You can find a link to the Twitch TV page where you can watch it live next time. You can also find the playlist where you can keep watching more Thea. And if you're watching live, we're going to go raid somebody. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream live. And until next time, have a nice day.